Ah,
Oops, I pressed the button too early. Oh well.
We're good.
And we're
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Saturday night. We're just chilling here at the bunker in our Hollow Earth infinite plane holographic moon base basement. And we got a good show. We're going to be talking about the Darwin Awards. For those of you who don't know what the Darwin Awards are, it's a set of awards for people who do things that are so dumb it literally removes them from the gene pool, thus proving natural selection in action. So we got a good show. It's going to be fun. We got a good crew tonight. We're just going to kind of go around the table, running everything like a madman with 8 arms is Commandant Crisper. How you doing, Crisper?
I'm doing fine. Getting started off was a little bit weird tonight, but yeah, we're gonna somehow make this work.
You're doing great. You've got your little futuristic DJ station there with a little globe there for
Wicka, wicka.
inspiration.
It's not a disco table, so it's not a turntable, so no.
You know what? You can't fool us. We know you're gonna be dropping your mixtape any day now.
Any day now.
Oh my god, spinning around in his containment pod of power is Philosopher of Nonsense. How are you, Phil?
Doing good, just hanging. Darwin Awards are some of my favorite things to watch.
We've got quite a few good ones. Bad ones? How does one rate the goodness of a Darwin Award when people are being that dumb? But we'll figure it out. All right, and our special guest tonight is Miss Glober Mom. How are you, Glober Mom?
Hey, I'm good.
How was
I'm
your
doing
weekend?
great. Doing good. Have the weekend off from the other channel, so been doing some YouTube stuff and eating during Thanksgiving leftovers. You know, the usual.
Oh man, what all did you have for Thanksgiving?
Turkey. I made a sweet potato casserole, mashed potatoes. I made a green bean stuff. I make it's just green beans with onion and bacon in it. So yeah, so it was good. It was good.
We had a really low key Thanksgiving at my apartment. One of my roommates, she cooked. It wasn't anything special. Like we didn't roast a turkey for the first time. We actually got a chicken. I think it was lemon pepper chicken. Ooh. And it was already prepared just so that we didn't have to fuss around with, cooking or waiting on the oven. So we did that. She made some homemade mac and cheese. She bought like a 2-pound block of cheese that she started to add into the pot. So it was very cheesy and it was very delicious.
Nice.
Yeah, I was super impressed with her mac and cheese. She also got us some cranberry sauce because you gotta have cranberry sauce.
Of course.
I provided some dinner rolls because you gotta have your carbs.
Yep.
And then we had, I think, mashed potatoes. She made some mashed potatoes. And then we had a really amazing peach cobbler for dessert. It's by Patti LaBelle, and that stuff was good.
Oh, that had to be very good. Yep.
Girl. Yeah, one of my roommates bought a tub of Tillamook ice cream, and it was
that stuff's so good.
Tillamook
makes good stuff.
Oh god, yeah, just warm cobbler right out of the oven with some vanilla ice cream. It was the most amazing thing. I hope everyone in the chat's getting hungry because you should be.
Drool.
Us over here talking about food forever.
Yep.
Oh man, good times.
Good times. Good times.
So yeah, we're gonna launch into some of this stuff. We don't have a clip at the moment, but I'm sure most of you have heard about the hilarious antics that have been coming out regarding Nathan Thompson and all of the guys pranking him.
Oh, I knew from the beginning. I knew from the beginning it was a prank. Nathan. Sure.
He's mad because they lied to him.
Then getting lawyers involved.
Did.
What is he getting lawyers involved for? I mean, just
because they lied to him. He thinks they had a contract. It was not a legal contract.
He didn't sign a contract. Wasn't that the whole point?
Nope.
For those of you who didn't tune into Irish Demon's stream,
it was a fabulous stream.
First, go sub to Irish Demon. Second of all, watch his interview with the guys who pulled the prank on Nathan Thompson. They laid out their whole plan. They laid out how they decided on him as a guy that they should play the prank on. And Nathan Thompson actually joined that panel in the second half and was very upset. But it was quite funny because he had been going on live streaming from their set when they were recording, which kind of blew the whole secret aspect, I guess. But he was like, yeah, these guys are totally legit. They're totally from Harvard. I didn't get pranked. And Jaronism was calling him out, going, dude, you got owned. They're not real. They're making you look like an idiot. And he's just like, shut up, Jaron, they're real. Well, now he's saying he knew the whole time, so he can't figure out which story he wants to go with. Just silly.
One thing I've got to say about it, they are woefully unaware about who the flat earthers are. Reckless Ben in the beginning said, they're good people. I'm like,
you must be new here.
Yeah, must be new here.
Yep. I think he is.
Or rather, he said, I think they're good. They might be good people, but I'm like, dude, you don't know half of them.
Right.
You only know one of them, and you didn't even really get to know Nathan because his bad aspects did not show out whenever they were doing the prank.
And then, of course, Nathan took to Instagram and said, all three ladies, guard your drinks. If you see these
that was completely out of line.
Just because he was upset. Let's accuse people of being sexual predators. Go for it, idiots.
Yeah.
Ding.
Ding. God.
Yeah, he was so mad that he got pranked. He's over there like, ladies, guard your drinks, and he badly put their faces on some, things for his Instagram. It was pathetic, honestly, but that's Nathan Thompson, just totally pathetic.
Pathetic, yeah.
Yep.
Idiots.
Yeah, the side shots, they're like, Nathan's greatest achievement was put rock on the toilet roll.
I saw that. He's like, you think this is a stupid experiment?
And it never dawned on him that we're going to unroll toilet paper and somehow prove that the earth is flat. And he had a moment where he almost realized. He was almost there. He's like, I don't see how toilet paper is going to help anything. But he went along with it because he's so invested in being right all the time.
He even wore a duck suit, too. Wasn't it sweet?
Oh, God. Got in the duck suit.
And the fact that...
can't make that shit up.
And he's like, I knew it was a prank when they came up with the duck suits. And I'm like, no, sweetie, no. No.
Exactly. Oh God, yeah. Glover Mom had some pretty epic comebacks for him, but you got blocked, right?
I got blocked. I went to go back to get pictures of them and found I couldn't see the posts anymore.
Oh my God, are you kidding? Like, so what all happened there?
It was just him and two other people that kind of came at me like, you stupid monkeys and blah 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 blah, And I'm like, what? Because I have a different viewpoint.
I'm gonna have to get his Instagram now.
I may have to make another one with another account so I can go look. But I don't want to have to do that though. But basically, I just kind of called him out about calling people sexual predators because he was mad that he was lied to. It's like, really, dude? I go, what the F is wrong? What the hell is wrong with you?
Everything.
And then I wasn't blocked until I replied to him again. Then all of a sudden now I was blocked. Yeah.
Oh, well, I agree with what Skydiver Tanner is saying in the chat, that Nathan was bitching about not agreeing to a contract, but the moment he stepped on the airplane using the ticket they bought, he entered an agreement.
Right.
Like, there are verbal agreements and there are written agreements, and literally the moment that you take what they're offering you in exchange for your services or your appearance, you're entering into kind of like that verbal agreement. And he's over here, live streaming from it and partying in their hotel room and drinking and doing whatever. They picked him up from the airport on their dime. So what?
And then he was upset about something at the airport that, you owe me. They're like, well, get us the receipts. We'll get you your money, dude.
Yeah.
They were super nice to him on Irish Demons. They were so nice, and they could have been mean, but they weren't.
Yeah,
But he had to be a jerk about everything,
Mm-hmm.
And they were nice when they didn't need to be nice.
No, exactly.
Well, it's like you said, Charisma, they're so new to Flat Earth, they have no idea the level of just crappiness that these guys talk to. So they're thinking they can just be polite and it'll be a good-natured joke. They're probably thinking the worst that's going to happen is they get him a little riled up. They don't realize that he's got trolls and they've got no lives because he doesn't have a job.
And then he was mad. He's like, that prank was distasteful. There was nothing really distasteful about the prank, just because it was against him. But he's like, I love good pranks. But didn't even admit that he didn't like humor or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to talk about tastelessness.
And then he goes and accuses people of being sexual predators.
Playgrounds and
that's distasteful.
Bodies of water do not curve. I love you.
I didn't do anything wrong. Free speech violation. Bullpucky.
Moderator.
Moderator.
Cool story, bro.
And then I don't know if you guys saw this later on. I think Nathan posted it first, but he actually went out to Venice Beach Boardwalk.
Yes,
and
I saw that.
Had his little megaphone and was yelling all this horseshit. And dude, he's from this area, like the Los Angeles, Orange County area. He should know better that if you're gonna go around on Venice Beach, you have to contend with the people who pay to be there on the boardwalk selling their stuff and playing their music. If you just show up out of nowhere and start trying to like interrupt their business, they're gonna come after you.
Then that one guy was standing
you saw one of the guys doing that, like yelling at him, like don't yell your shit here, and like it was he after that they went to a park somewhere and he had Earth is Seriously Flat Renee with him, and then the cops showed up because they were being too loud and disruptive. Like, guys, get a life.
No, they showed up because they were showing the flat Earth, man.
Oh yeah, you can't discriminate. This part of the conspiracy, you're in on it, man. You're in on it.
Okay.
Sure, dude. Whatever you say. Whatever you say.
He's so fun.
I agree with 9 o'clock Hero that he's a sore loser now, but wait till he goes to prison. Like, are we gonna get that lucky? Can we get that lucky for him to go to jail? Would he even show up for a trial?
No. And what he did with the kids was not a prisonable offense anyway. So it was like just a misdemeanor or something. Yeah, not even jail time. Probably just pay a fine and don't do it again.
Well, if nothing else, the best thing to come out of that whole situation was his mugshot.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the fact that he didn't grow the 2 inches like he thought he did.
Oh no. He's got to train his brain more. Maybe it'll make him grow.
They lied. I was 6'2", not 6 feet. It's like, Nathan.
Sure you are. Sure you are, Nathan. I highly doubt he's taller than 5'10", if that.
For someone who thinks he's so smart, he should know that you don't grow after a certain age.
And in fact,
your feet stop growing after a certain age.
And after
your
a certain
brain
age,
does not expand in your skull.
I was about to say, and after a certain age, you'll actually start to decrease in height, and
you start to shrink. Yeah.
Yeah.
Your back compresses. Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And I don't think, well, obviously he doesn't know that, but he probably thinks that by like wishing hard enough that he can tell his brain to make himself grow.
Well, see,
It's all the juggling the balls on sledgehammers. It's making him all this stuff happen.
see, the problem is he's brain training when he doesn't have something to train.
That's true. You're right.
That's very true. Oh man.
And I did look
Yeah,
up
that's on
that
the
he
train.
used that steroidogenesis. That has nothing to do
God.
with physically growing your body.
Yeah, I've looked into it too.
Dude, the
And it's
only
all
way that people
debunked
would
science anyway. It's all debunked science anyway. The steroidogenesis thing.
It is. Yeah.
maybe there's a good topic in there about all of the steroid stuff, and then maybe homeopathy, because that's just a whole lot of woo.
Yeah, we could do that. We could do that. Yeah.
I've also been rewatching all of Cool Hard Logic's videos lately, so it's probably just fresh on my mind.
Yeah. So funny.
Yeah. So, do you guys want to get into the Darwin Awards?
Yes.
Yes.
Let's do this.
Something we wish on.
Chrismer,
Yeah.
do you have a video, I think, first?
Yes, I do. I've got a couple, in fact. And we go ahead and start.
Não se joga, a não se joga. A não se joga. A não se joga.
Okay, pause real quick.
I don't know why that one was there, but yeah, you don't mess with the lions.
So, what was the context for that lion thing?
I honestly don't know. Let me try to roll down. The finest human minds of the 21st century. That it doesn't say.
Were they trying to break the lines up from fighting or something?
That's what it looked like to me.
Yeah.
At least.
Oh my god.
If that's
You-
the case,
No.
don't go near them.
Yeah, if two lions are
I mean-
fighting, let them duke it out.
Yeah.
What was
Exactly.
that's the quote from the new Godzilla movie, "Let them fight."
Let them fight. Yeah.
I loved that movie unironically, and everyone needs to watch it.
Can't-
Godzilla King of Monsters. It was epic.
Oh, I haven't seen it, but okay.
Oh, it was so good. It's just so good. Mothra was incredible.
yeah, this video
Oh, cool.
has.
Mothra. Nice.
But yeah, this video has. I don't think it has any speaking in it. It's just a quick 5-6 minutes.
Russian dash cam.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what that looks like.
I love watching Russian dash
Russian
cam. Those
dash
are
cam
fun to
video
watch.
compilations, man. That'll keep you up for hours.
It will.
Yeah. I saw this one where this guy jumps off of a motorcycle on top of a car, and I was like, damn. There's just, damn.
They don't give it. They don't care. It's Russia. They're
I've
just
seen
gonna
that
do
one.
everything.
Yep, back to the video then. Oh!
Hang on.
That's not gonna buff out.
Ow, ow, ow. Nope. That definitely is not going to
Ow.
buff out.
At least he's semi-safe.
Oh,
He
the
probably
dude,
has
he's
concussion.
moving.
Hey, he's well enough to crawl out.
Yeah, that's good then. Yeah.
O kurwa.
Żyjemy. Ja pierdolę.
Called over, what do you call it? When you overcompensate.
Yeah. Oh,
Good idea.
yeah. Let me just get right up behind
Good idea.
the
Fair,
giant
yeah.
bear.
Oh,
That's
Lord.
Иди сюда.
This is
I'm
safe.
behind a tree. It's
Иди
okay.
Иди отсюда.
Nope, don't come. Nope, nope.
Oh, dude.
Кэт.
No,
Кэт.
bad monkey.
Oh.
Bad.
Oh,
Кэт.
no.
Ah, giant bear.
Giant bear.
Holy moly. Yeah, that's not something you want to mess with.
Okay, also, can you pause just for a moment? I forgot to read the official description of the Darwin Awards from their website so that people have a little more context. And also because their description is funny and they've been doing this for well over a decade. So the Darwin Awards commemorate individuals who protect our gene pool by making the ultimate sacrifice of their own lives by eliminating themselves in an extraordinarily idiotic manner, thereby improving our species' chance of long-term survival. In other words, they are cautionary tales about people who kill themselves in really stupid ways and in doing so significantly improve the gene pool by eliminating themselves from the human race. These individuals carry out disastrous plans that any average preteen knows are the result of a really bad idea. The single-minded purpose and self-sacrifice of the winners and the spectacular means by which they snuff themselves out make them candidates for the honor of winning a Darwin Award. The terrorist who mails a letter bomb with insufficient postage deserves to win a Darwin Award when he blows himself up receiving the package back. As does the fisherman who throws a lit stick of dynamite for his faithful golden retriever to fetch and return to him. As do the surfers who celebrate a hurricane by throwing a beachfront party and getting washed out to sea. They are named in honor of Charles Darwin, the father of evolution. The Darwin Awards represent examples of evolution in action by showing what happens to people who are unable to cope with the basic dangers of the modern world. These ironic tales of fatal misadventure illustrate some of life's most important lessons. Most of us know instinctively that the words "trust me" and "light this fuse" are a recipe for disaster. We assume that basic common sense eliminates the need for public service announcements such as "Warning, coffee is hot," and "Superman capes do not enable the wearer to fly." But the true stories that you will read, on their website, show that common sense is really not so common. No amount of overzealous caution would have helped the man who used household current to electrocute fish in a pond, then waded in to collect his catch without removing the wire. As you'll see, there are even people who need to be told not to peek inside a gas can using a cigarette lighter.
That's a bad idea.
The Darwin Awards are macabre tales that make us laugh while instructing us in the laws of common sense. Consider the man who crawled under the roller coaster guardrail to retrieve his hat. When the next coaster came by, an unfortunate rider broke her leg on his skull. Ouch! From our point of view, the man who lost his head is a Darwin Award winner, and the story is just another episode in the saga of the survival of the fittest. The Darwin Awards can be considered a rusty chromosome award for those who douse the gene pool with chlorine.
That's a good description, yeah.
Yep.
So these videos that you were showing us, they're technically not Darwin Awards because the people survived.
Yeah.
But seeing as how snuff films are illegal on everywhere.
We can't show. Yeah, you don't want to
everywhere.
Actually dying. Yeah.
You don't want to show death. That's right.
Mm-hmm. These are close enough, though. Don't be stupid.
Yeah, don't be stupid.
Yeah, they could have died.
They
could have died.
Don't climb a tree and yell at a bear.
No. And then think the bear can't get me up in a tree. I'm up in a tree. Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Good luck with that.
Or they'll try to break apart.
Those brave heroes who tried to run away from a bear by climbing a tree and were instantly surprised to see the bear chasing them with no extra effort required.
Exactly.
Yeah.
One of my all-time favorite warning labels was on the bottom of a chainsaw. It said, "Do not attempt to stop chain with hands or genitals."
Oh my god.
Okay. For that warning to be there, someone had to have actually tried to do it.
Yep.
For that warning to be there, someone had to have done it. Just like they have, just like they have on Tide Pods now that you're not to be taken internally.
Oh my god, I can't. I almost forgot Tide Pods. That was 2019, wasn't it?
It's like
earlier than that.
2018, I think.
2018,
Are you sure everything that wasn't like 4 hours ago feels like a century?
Yeah. It was 2 or 3 years ago was a Tide Pod thing. Yeah.
You know what? I need to know. I need to know when the Tide Pod challenge happened.
Gotta look it up. Google it.
Okay, let's see.
There goes
Tide Pod challenge 2018.
Yeah, 2018. Yeah.
Oh my god.
2020
that feels
has
like
been so
500
bad.
years ago.
2020 is so bad that things from like 3 or 4 years ago seem like it was only last year.
I know.
Oh my god. I've said this to some people before, but it bears repeating. If nothing else, 2020 has absolutely gone above and beyond in proving special relativity and probably general relativity at the same time.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
Just wow. God, I can't believe that's 2018. That doesn't feel real somehow. It just doesn't feel
know.
real.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right. Well, while I process this and take time to sort through my feelings, I guess we can keep watching.
Keep watching.
와, 씨. 뭐라 보네?
Oh.
요, твою мать.
Oh, uh-oh.
Oh
Uh-oh.
boy.
No.
Uh-huh.
Ah, that's
Tangled up.
Nightmare
Oh.
scenario.
Yep.
Well, technically, is that a Darwin Award because he's...
Ёб твою мать, ана устак балди.
I mean,
Мужик чишин.
yeah. Oh God. Okay. It's so. Oh God, Skydiver Tanner said literally as soon as I saw it on the video,
Yeah.
he was like, "Reserve."
Yep.
So,
Yep.
yeah. Being named Skydiver, I'm sure that he has some experience with.
Oh yes, he does.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
safety protocols when you're
He's got
diving.
videos on his channel with it, so of him skydiving.
Oh God, my mom loves to
knows
skydive. I
skydiving.
can't. She's in her 50s. She
What?
effing loves skydiving.
No, no. Nope.
I'm afraid of heights. That won't
Me
happen.
too.
Sorry.
Me too.
I'll watch
I'm not
from the
afraid of
ground.
being up high. I'm afraid of plummeting from that height.
That's a natural
without
fear.
a safety mechanism in place.
That is a
That
natural.
too.
That is a natural
too.
fear. That is natural.
Yeah.
It's not the fall that scares me. It's the sudden stop
Stop at the end.
At the
Yeah.
bottom.
Yes. Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Well,
Yeah. Skydiver
yeah.
Tanner says he's done 257 jumps.
Oh, I could no.
Wow, that's impressive.
I could not do
How
that.
does he? He's deathly afraid of heights, and yet
Deathly afraid of heights.
skydives. That's crazy.
Yep.
I don't like the idea of being
Wow.
4 feet off the ground, let alone 4,000 feet or something, whatever. No.
I mean, I've gone ziplining before in a literal mountain range in eastern Kentucky, and
No.
I was having the most fun of my life.
No.
Yeah.
But
No.
I was securely attached to a cable.
I think
and
if you're moving, it's a different story too than standing still.
yeah,
Well,
that's
if you're
probably true.
if you're skydiving, you are moving at until you reach terminal velocity. The terminal velocity, at least, you're moving
Right,
at a
right.
steady pace.
Yeah, that's true.
I would not
Okay,
do
well,
any of that.
yeah, Tanner's saying, well, zip lines, nope, only thing that holds you on, I've got 2 parachutes to save me. Okay, that's fair. That's
fair
fair.
enough.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But what if both
Um,
fail? What if your backup fails?
That's a possibility, but God willing, if you pack the chute right, they won't fail. You know?
You know, it was funny though with the ziplining thing. We're literally zipping between ridges, and at one point the lines were a far enough distance and at a right angle enough to where we hit about like 60 miles an hour or so. And I'm just having the time of my life. I'm just going down that zip line like wee. And I took my sister with me. She hates heights. She doesn't do any kind of, daredevil-y things. She was just pale as a sheet. She was clinging to her
would be
cable for
too.
dear life.
I would be too.
And, like any asshole sibling, I decided to mess with her. And while we're taking running jumps off the platform, she's just having to, be encouraged and prompted every time. So the guys that were running the zipline tour messed with her too, and they sent her down one of the lines spinning in a circle.
Oh,
She was
God,
just
no.
That's wrong.
That's wrong.
I know, we were dicks, but it was funny at the time. We got back to the ground and she was wobbling a little and was like, I'm never doing this again. And I'm like, can we go back?
God. Of course you'd say that.
Of course.
Yeah, well.
Again, right?
Again. Another.
Oh God. Oh, that's funny.
Good times.
My brother used to tease me about my heights too. We went to a place up here on the Oregon-California border called Klamath Falls. They've got a crater lake there, which used to be a volcano where literally the whole top of the volcano blew off of it and created this crater. And the only water that gets down there is like snow melt and rain. And my brother's like, come here, because they had like a visitor center on the edge of the crater. He's like, come here. He's like, look down. I look down, it's a sheer drop like 1,000 feet. And I'm like, pull me back. Me back.
I've got a story too.
Freak me the hell out.
There is a mountain range in North Carolina. I believe it was called Grandfather Mountain or Grandfather Mountain. I think it's Grandfather. Anyway, I was around 12 years old when we went up there. My brother was around 14 years old. And there was this bridge at the top. You know what a swinging bridge is?
Mm-hmm.
Well, my grandfather and my brother went to the swinging bridge. I'm looking down the thing. I'm like, nope. Turned right around, walked outside, and then went to the edge of the mountain. I'm just standing there like watching them go. And then all of a sudden my brother slips. He's holding on for his dear life onto the rope. My grandfather runs up to him and catches him before he falls.
Oh boy.
And I'm like, no, I'm not, nope. Because Mom and Dad asked me, like, you want to go? I'm like, no. Like before they could finish their question, I'm like, nope, no, I'm happy. I'm happy right where I'm standing.
I know a gentleman, when they were kids, they went to the Grand Canyon, and he peeked over the edge. There was like a ledge like 8 feet down, but his mom and dad didn't know that. And he scared the crap out of them and jumped off the edge onto the ledge.
God.
Oh God.
I have a feeling he was reprimanded quite severely after that.
Dude,
probably.
I've been to the Grand Canyon, and I've also watched recently a documentary about the Grand Canyon, and they're always putting in more guardrails, but obviously the Grand Canyon is effing huge, so it takes forever. Like, if you've never been, it is a gigantic hole in the ground. And it just goes on for like hundreds of miles. And most commonly, you'll come up at the south rim. There's not guardrails everywhere. You can literally walk right up to the edge in a lot of places. And a few people have fallen off. But ironically, the most amount of deaths that occur at the Grand Canyon aren't from people falling off the edge, as weird as that sounds. It's from people who are either going river rapid riding or whatever. They just don't realize how fast the Colorado is moving, or they're on one of the hiking trips and they dehydrate or get like heat stroke.
That makes sense.
Or they die of exposure because it gets cold in the wintertime. Like there's snow everywhere. So
people underestimate.
If you're going hiking, they tell you, like, listen, this is not for beginners. You need to have a lot of experience. Bring way more water than you think you're going to need. It's going to be an all-day thing. It's really steep. Like, the park rangers are used to dealing with people like that, because they're like, oh yeah, I'm just going to bring a backpack and some Cliff Bars and, one bottle of water. I'll be fine. And then find you passed out like 2 hours later.
Right.
Because as we all know, atmosphere is a thing, and it gets hot at the bottom of the canyon. It can get out to like 120. So
yeah,
just saying.
Yeah, people underestimate what the area they're in.
I mean,
and they pay
it's
for
gorgeous. It's one of the most breathtaking places on the planet.
I've never actually been there, but I would love to go one day.
Oh God, we went as part of a road trip, and as much as it sucked getting up at like 4 a.m, and the fact that we almost ran out of gas in the middle of the desert, which you should definitely avoid if you have a chance, We did make it,
if you have a chance.
and we saw the sunrise come up over the Grand Canyon in the middle of January, and it was
Ooh.
just beyond words.
Oh,
Just
don't forget
absolutely
there's that
stunning.
Native American tribe that has that center, that visitor center on the edge with
Mhm.
that U-shaped glass
Yeah.
walkway that goes out over the edge of the canyon.
hmm Yeah, we actually had a snowball fight when we were on that road trip.
Oh,
Aw.
nice.
Yeah, there was snow on the ground, and you kind of look over the edge, and it's just this vast expanse. And
Yeah.
you see all the layers of the rock, and oh man, I would love to go back sometime. It was one of the most
Yeah.
amazing things I've ever done. Cannot recommend it highly enough.
I want to go one day, but I have not been yet. So
That would be a good idea for like a meetup for
Oh, yeah.
people in the community. Just like, hey, everybody, meet us at the Grand Canyon. There's all sorts of little kitschy tourist trap restaurants around
Oh,
there.
I'm
but
sure
one
there
of
are.
them has a standee of like the Flintstones outside,
Oh,
so it
God.
makes for funny photo ops.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway,
Okay.
Chris, can we get us
Anyway.
back on topic?
Yeah.
Shall we get back onto the video now? Oh, lovely lady.
Oh!
Oh!
Are you okay, Carissa?
My guy's laughing.
Takes off his
We'll see it
jacket.
here in a minute.
She's like, haha, I almost
waves it like
died.
a matador.
He's like, look at the guy laughing at her.
Then it happens.
And then she's laughing back.
Incredibly,
I feel like my life
after the
flashed
first
before my
attack,
eyes.
Yeah.
Me
no
too.
attempt to escape, and the 300-pound male strikes again.
Ooh.
No. Yeah, maybe you
Jen has
shouldn't
been bitten and
be
mauled.
in a enclosed
Animal?
space with, several hundred pounds of cat.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good
It's
idea.
not a good thing.
Wait, let me make sure. I'm making sure of something here now.
Okay.
YouTube. I'm making sure. Okay.
Oh, God.
Okay. I didn't know if we were recording
good?
something. Yeah. Yeah. I was just
Okay,
being.
that's
all
like
good.
Just
worried
like
for nothing.
somebody in a lion enclosure.
I was worried for nothing.
Oh, God. I every time I see the clip of that girl on the train, it nearly gives me a
Yeah,
heart attack.
that's
Yeah.
stupid. Oh,
Oh God, that.
The person
Yeah.
that
Wow.
pulled her in at the fraction of the last minute.
she's lucky. She
Yeah.
is lucky.
She's lucky she didn't get her face ripped off or her whole head ripped off.
Well, she would have had her head ripped off.
Well, for those of you who have seen the movie Hereditary, it has a very similar
Scene?
situation.
Scene?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't stick your heads out of moving vehicles,
Yeah.
people.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Don't walk on train tracks either. That's stupid.
Mm-hmm.
I know I've seen
My
that
husband-
in Superman once, but that was a cartoon, so that's completely different.
My husband drives road
Cartoon
crews around,
physics.
and sometimes the trains hit people that are on the tracks.
Oh yeah, that's a yeah.
It happens.
Weird.
Oh,
It's almost like that's where the trains go.
Yeah.
like that movie. Oh no, that was a movie. Drag Me to Hell at the very end, I believe. Well, it doesn't show
I
what's
haven't
happening.
seen it, but I think I know where you're going with this.
Mhm.
Yeah, he dropped something on the train track, bent down to pick it up, and it cut to the credits. Whenever the train
Oh.
starts to move.
And contrary to
Oh.
popular belief, you cannot hear a train coming when it's right on you.
No.
So
Trains
be
are
aware.
noted for being very quiet.
Yes, they are.
They're very sneaky.
Especially in subways.
Yeah.
Yes, very much so.
Skydiver Tanner, I think I pooped a little from the train. I think we
Yes.
all did.
Yes. Everybody, underwear
Oh,
check, please.
yes.
Yeah,
Good thing we're on. We're not in the
Uh,
same room.
I think I need diapers for adult diapers for this because
Right.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh
Anyway.
my
Wow.
God.
back to the VT.
But he's so out of it, he still doesn't try to get away. And this king of the jungle wants another piece of him. officials
Dude.
decide to tranquilize the big cats. The zoo's chief vet aims his dart
This
gun.
is stressing me out.
Then he
Yeah.
fires.
Yeah.
But two of the other shooters miss their marks. Fearful, Chen's running out of time before a fatal attack. They resort to the fire hose. And it's up to the men with the blowguns to bring the cats down. Right here.
Okay, can
A dart from a
I say something here?
Yeah.
Where was this being reserved whenever it came to Harambe? Because Harambe, they just took a sniper rifle to him. I think.
Yeah.
With them, blow darts, water hose, then the blowers. I'm like, yeah, they're really reserved when it comes to lions. But Harambe,
Yeah.
just a sniper. One sniper took him
Yeah.
out, killed
Wow,
him.
God, just, you know what? Moment of silence for our homie, Harambe. Rest in
Hash-
peace. Bless up.
Rest in peace, homie.
Hashtag dicks out for Harambe.
Pour
Yes,
some
that's
whiskey out for you now, Harambe.
That's right.
On the floor.
Taken too soon.
Yeah.
You're an angel now, Harambe.
A gorilla angel. Okay. I can get
A
behind
gorilla
that.
Girls can be angels too. Come on.
I can get behind that. I can get behind gorilla angels. I can.
I mean, you know that we have
Oh,
an
God,
angel
for no
Harambe
reason.
emoji in the Discord server. I just need you to know that.
Do you have a Harambe?
Yeah, he's actually got angel wings.
Oh, nice. I'll have to look at
I mean,
that.
you gotta pay your respects to the dearly
that's right.
departed. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Here he is. I'll just post him there. You guys hit up the hit up the Discord. It's in there. Oh man. So, yeah, let's see how this lion
see
thing
how-
ends up.
Let's see how this
They don't
plays
take a
out for him.
sniper rifle to them.
gun hits the big male. He runs out of sight, right into his cage. But the female is still a threat. Suddenly, she makes a move that frightens everyone.
Okay, somebody does have a gun.
Charges right at Chen.
Is that like a dart gun?
But the high-pressure fire hose scares her off. Finally, cops see an opportunity. They beg Chen to come out. It's a tense negotiation, but Chen heeds their pleas. And he limps toward the service entrance and safety.
Why is he getting out of the enclosure?
Why was he?
Okay, yeah.
Why was he in
So
there?
stupid. Yeah. You taking a break? Said, "Oh, nice rock in the shade or in the sun."
No.
Guys, check this out. Famous last words.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know a
Well,
shortcut.
we used to have that.
I know a shortcut.
We used to have that down in the South. We'd be like, famous last words, or hey, y'all, watch this.
No, the famous last words down here are, hey, I know a shortcut.
Stupid is just so universal.
No, you.
What could go wrong?
Exactly.
What happens when I touch these two wires together?
What do batteries taste like? Oh, it's like that Simpsons clip where Bart is sticking something in the socket, like bzz, ow, bzz, ow, bzz, ow.
Anyway.
I love Tanner's already critiquing the videos, like, hey, these guys shouldn't have jumped. The clouds are blocking the ground from spotting.
Yeah, I figured that would get a rise out of Skydiver Tanner.
Yeah, he's probably like, oh, what's going on? This is so unprofessional.
Oh, one on broke off.
This is making me nervous. I don't like any part of this.
Where's the forces? Whoa, he's like way the hell down there.
Dude, what?
There's one, two.
I mean, I saw his parachute deploy, but still, like, ugh. Yeah, right there.
That's the guy. Yep, the bottom. Yeah, that was dangerously close to hitting the other ones.
Holy cow,
Oh
Cindy.
boy, we're back with lions.
Oh,
was
this
wondering how
one.
many lines
I
down
remember
here.
this. I remember this one. This one's
Yeah.
hilarious.
I know.
Oh my god.
Just open the
Gosh, I
door.
didn't know they could do that.
Like, hi,
Pause
can I
for a
come
second.
in?
This is exactly like the raptors in Jurassic Park. This is why you cannot have latch door handles, y'all.
Yeah.
These animals are too smart.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
animals are too smart. Yeah.
They're clever girls.
Well,
They are.
there's only 12 seconds left, so
Okay.
Yep.
This guy, that is legitimately dangerous.
Ye-
People
yes.
die in floods and tsunamis like this all the time because they just
They
do
do.
not realize water is powerful AF.
yeah, water is not a force to be reckoned with.
Nope.
Whenever you see,
Yeah, that's for real.
yeah, and now it's on to
That's great.
Virgo Triad.
Ooh, buddy.
Today's
All
quote.
right.
Never let your feelings get in the way of seeing things as they truly are.
The facts matter.
Good morning, everyone. Virgo
Florida
here. It's
man,
November 18th.
you know what? Just stop it right there. Honestly, that's all you need to know.
That's all
Florida
you
man.
need to see.
You have me
Yeah.
there. And it doesn't even get better. Florida man with sovereign citizen. This is
Yeah,
like double stupid, and we haven't even really started.
this double.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
yeah. Sovereign citizens are the stupidest mother.
They
Ugh.
are. They
Somewhere
are.
I can hear the distant sounds of Radical laughing.
I know.
or Schrodinger's cat. Definitely Schrodinger's cat because
Yeah.
Yes. Oh
no,
God.
with Schrodinger's cat, all I can hear is Sparky, Sparky.
Yeah, and I absolutely agree with For No Reason. Ocala, this makes complete sense. Ocala is absolutely
Area.
cut off short territory. Just cut off shorts and mullets all day long, baby.
Let's get back to the Florida man.
Yeah.
All right, good
Just
time.
Florida in general. Just
2020,
come on.
And happy
Yeah.
Wednesday to everyone. Two
Okay.
disclaimers before I get started here. Number one, I want to thank the subscriber that forwarded this link to me to give me a heads up that this had occurred. And number two, disclaimer, is that
Did I
I am having
lose?
terrible
Okay.
allergies and thereby am having some asthma. So if I sound a bit breathy, I apologize, but I'm going to do the absolute best I can here. All right, so I'm over on Tampa Bay Times, which is tampabay.com, and the link will be in the description, where we have a very interesting scenario that has occurred in Florida. So the title to this particular article is Florida Man with Sovereign Citizen Views Shot to Death by Woman, Police Say. This is a story we're going to be following. We're going to be following the court case, and we're going to make kind of a little series out of this because this is a scenario that needs to have a spotlight put on it. Sovereign citizen movement is a very dangerous movement, as the majority of you subscribe to me already know.
It is.
But this is something that can happen, has happened in the past, and will happen in the future until we get a handle on these ideologies that are extreme. All right. This was written by the Associated Press. It was written yesterday. And the Tampa Bay Times picked it up. So here we go. The Marion County Sheriff's Office said in a news release that Neely Petrie, I'm not sure which way she pronounces it, Blanchard, was arrested in Georgia one day after the killing of Christopher Hallett in his Florida home. A Florida man who questioned government authority over individuals living in the U.S. through an online forum was fatally shot, allegedly by a woman who had similar sovereign citizen views, police said on Tuesday. The Marion County Sheriff's Office said in a news release that Neely Petrie Blanchard was arrested in Georgia 1 day after the killing of Christopher Hallett
Can we
in
watch
his
her
Florida
maybe
home.
like 1.25?
Witnesses to the shooting said Petrie Blanchard accused Hallett of working with the government to deny her custody of her children. Hallett, who was 50, ran an entity called E-Clause, LLC. Now, I'm going to stop here and I'm going to let you guys know that that actually was featured on a Facebook page and filled with a bunch of documents and all kinds of things about the sovereign citizen movement. I've seen it before, and I've had several people alert me of it in the past. Interestingly enough, I was completely shocked to hear that this had happened, but I was very close at one point to exposing this page, and had there been enough individuals that were actually paying close attention to it, I would have. So this is a really, really close to home in terms of who this person is and what he was doing. So it says, Hallett, who was 50, ran an entity called E-Clause LLC that featured a Facebook page that was filled with documents, graphics, and articles about whether governments have authority in many instances over individuals. This viewpoint is frequently summarized as, of course, the sovereign citizen movement, we know. Petrie Blanchard, who turns 34 on Thursday, was being held without bail Tuesday in a jail in Lowndes County, Georgia. I believe that's how you pronounce it. Correct me if I'm wrong, you guys. It was not clear if she had a lawyer to represent her. Lowndes County Sheriff Ashley Polk said Petrie Blanchard, after her arrest, began questioning whether his office had authority to detain her. She's one of these people who claim that they're not part of the United States, the sovereign people, Polk said. They don't believe any of the laws apply to them, and obviously she's not leaving. In other twists, county records in Logan County, Kentucky, show that Petrie Blanchard was indicted by a grand jury Tuesday on charges related to the abduction last March of her twin daughters from their grandmother's home. Petrie Blanchard only had permission for supervised visits at the time. When Kentucky authorities were searching for the two girls, they said Petrie Blanchard was driving a Ford Escape with a license plate that read E-Clause, according to the Amber Alert that had been issued at the time. The Kentucky record showed Petrie Blanchard is charged with 2 counts of custodial interference and 1 count of being a persistent felony offender. She faces a January 28th arraignment date. We're going to be keeping an eye on that. Petrie Blanchard was free on $10,000 bail in the Kentucky case when Hallett was killed. The child custody issue appears to have been behind the slaying of Hallett in Florida, investigators said in a probable cause affidavit.
Got it.
Witnesses to the shooting said it occurred due to her, Petrie Blanchard, believing that the victim might have been working against her or working to assist the government in keeping her children away from her. Officials did not release further information on that dispute. Authorities say that Petrie Blanchard will be returned from Georgia to Marion County to face a murder charge. The sovereign citizen movement is a dangerous movement, ladies and gentlemen. And what's even worse is there are other movements that are equally as dangerous but not as well known about.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing a couple more videos today, so
Yeah,
please stay tuned, and I think you'll be just as interested in those.
All of this, in reference to her earlier question, it is Lowndes County. I'm 99% sure, even though I haven't seen it spelled out. I know what the spelling is.
Yeah.
It's Lowndes. But she's right that sovereign citizens are dangerous because not only is it a combination of their pretentiousness, but it's their absolute disregard for any sort of protocols in place to help stop these things from happening.
Yeah.
Like, they say that they're sovereign, but they use American roads, American transportation infrastructure, American stores, American currency, American laws. They do all of that stuff, and yet they say it doesn't apply to them. And then they go into stuff like this and people get actually hurt because they don't feel like rules apply.
Like one video I saw actually just the other day, I watched Vilified Freedom a lot, and he has some really good videos on them, even if it's not him commenting on it, it's just him, rebroadcasting it or finding it, himself or whatever. But it was this one sovereign citizen crossing the police line because he didn't believe that the laws actually applied to him because, sovereign citizens are fucking stupid. And it was in the middle of a murder scene. And I'm like, you don't... Yeah. I'm like, dude, you don't have... And it wasn't... Yeah, I'm like...
Are these people the kinds of people that grew up as kids never hearing the word no?
Probably,
yeah.
There were a couple First Amendment auditors videos this week where they were at a crime scene. And we're like, well, the tape's right there. They're like, get back, but the tape's right there.
Yeah.
And they're like, calling the police people names. They're calling them tyrannical and all this stuff because they're telling them to get back.
Or walking straight
exactly.
Or walking straight up to the police officer and telling the police officer, to quote, "Shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up,
Yeah.
shut the fuck up."
Yep.
I'm like, dude,
You
you
know, I
don't.
gotta
Ugh.
agree with Nathan Terpson. He said the last place that you want your DNA to be possibly found at is the crime scene.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Nathan for the 3-point shot from half court there.
That's right.
I'm also very concerned to hear that Jinshu saying that Soft-sit, whatever they want to call themselves, idiots, have attempted to confiscate homes in the Pacific Northwest lately.
Really?
What is
What?
the story behind that?
That's weird.
Because I remember the
That is
Bundys.
crazy.
I remember the Bundys were subsets. Cliven Bundy's crew,
Yes.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah, those
Yes.
a-holes.
and they what? Where
Yeah.
was that place they confiscated from the government, and they
I believe it
stayed
was
in
in
it?
Oregon, and it was some county building or federal building
Yeah,
that nobody was in on the weekend or something like that.
and
Yeah.
police had to cut the power off to it, and they were
Yeah.
still worried about getting shot because they all were loaded, essentially with all kinds of weapons.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
Imagine being a person who takes over a federal government building highly armed and has a days-long standoff with the government and doesn't experience any consequences as a result of it.
yeah, that's my first thought too. That was legitimately my first thought. I'm like, if they had been of a different skin color,
And I mean,
yeah,
we saw that this summer. People were demonstrating in the streets
yeah,
and got tear gassed, and then literally Clive and Bundy were sitting on horses armed, going, "No, cops, you can take it from our cold dead hands," and nothing.
yeah,
Actually,
yeah.
That's
one of
the
them, I
thing.
think
It's
it was
the double standard,
I
man.
think one of the
God.
guys that was related to that was actually shot by the FBI on the side of a road,
Yeah,
It's a shame.
if I recall.
yeah, that kind of stuff pisses me off because
Yeah. Yeah, I watched that
it's,
video and it was like that was no cause for that one, but you know, it was what it was. Yep.
America's so broken.
yeah. When was the Bundy thing? Wasn't that 2016, 2017?
That honestly, that feels like last century at this point.
Yeah, it does. It really does.
Okay, let's see. When did they do their standoff?
You're actually looking it up.
Well, this year their standoff case is going back to court. I just saw
Oh,
an update on that.
nice.
2014. That's when that
Damn.
standoff happened.
6 years. Damn.
Yeah.
Ah, damn.
2014 armed standoff between him, his militia, and the federal agents who had come to round up the ranchers' cows that were illegally grazing on federal land.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I believe only one of them actually got shot, but that was because he literally had the gun in the officer's face. And he told him, "Shoot me. Go ahead. Shoot me."
Oh
police-
my god. Wow. Well, fuck around and find out.
Yeah, exactly.
All I
You
can
tell a cop to shoot you, they're probably gonna shoot you.
They will.
I mean, they
Well,
shoot you when you're
maybe
telling
not,
them not
but-
to. Why would
Yeah.
they shoot you when you're telling
They'll
them
want
to?
to.
Exactly.
That's for sure.
Nathan Thompson's like, "What are you gonna do? Shoot me?" The man who was shot.
The man who was
That's like that joke. What are you gonna do? Stab me? Guy who got stabbed. Yeah.
well, that dude who was like, "Tase me, bro," and he was shot when the police actually tased him.
You know what's funny? A guy I used to play an orchestra with was a not retired cop, but he moved from being on like active force duty to doing like private security for like universities. And he told me that every year he would have to fly out here to the West Coast to teach like a taser safety course. And as part of the course requirements, everyone has to get tased.
Oh,
Oh, gee. Well,
I mean,
You have to know what it feels like.
you have to know what it feels
And
like.
so
Yep.
he was telling me all the
That makes
stories of the
sense.
people who would get tased. Most of the time, they would have involuntary bowel evacuations. Some people would throw
Yeah.
up. You know, there was all kinds of stuff. Like, it wasn't ever anything serious, but
I'll tell you
Yeah,
something. As someone who has been hit with a cattle prod, it
I
wasn't.
need to know about what you do behind closed doors, Charisma.
No. This is when I was about
I'm just playing with you.
15 or 16 years old. My friend had a cattle prod. I was leaning against the bumper of his dad's truck, and he hit the bumper of his dad's truck with his cattle prod. Thought, thinking it would just send a little jolt across me. I completely seized up on the ground, twitching, and I pissed myself.
Yeah.
I just
It
completely.
happened.
Did he not understand that metal's a conductor?
Probably not. We were kids, so I mean.
Oh, crap. Fuck.
Yeah, we were
I'll
kids.
just send this electrical charge through a metal thing. It'll be fine.
No, he thought it would be like a weaker one, and it wasn't. It was the full, like 60 or 70,000 watts, I think. I can't remember how much it was. It was a cattle prod. It was pretty high.
As the blue collar comedy comedians are noted for saying, you can't fix stupid.
Yeah. But you can try to educate it.
You can try.
You can try.
You can try.
Back to this.
All right. What else do you got lined up for us?
The Pinnacle of Stupidity, 2020 Darwin Award winner, guest writer James G. Petropoulos. It's a little article that you put in, so.
Yeah, beat me to it. There you go. This is what Jinshu posted about the subset. If you want to cue that up,
okay.
I will go ahead and you just tell me what to do, Charisma. Do you want me to read the Darwin website first, or do you want to address their article?
Let's see what Jinju has for us.
Okay.
Sovereign citizens claiming waterfront homes. It's muted.
Walking right up to families' front doors and saying they are the rightful owners of waterfront homes, and they're claiming them. KIRO 7's Gary Horker is live in Edmonds now with more on this group. And Gary, it's happened several times there, and they're threatening a lot more people.
Yeah, the group is called Moorish Sovereign Citizens, and this group has actually laid claim, invaded, and actually barricaded, taken over homes around the country, claiming they have legal standing to take over the land beneath it because technically they say they own it. In one case, in a neighborhood very close to where I'm standing here in Edmonds, they knocked on a door and told the homeowner she was being evicted.
Imagine walking up to someone and saying, "Oh, hey, we actually own this. We're kicking you out, and we don't have any jurisdiction. We're just people."
I gotta say it, being that this is Thanksgiving, that's a very American tradition.
Yeah.
Already occupied and going, we live here now.
I can just imagine just walking to somebody's house, say, "Oh, I live here now, by the way.
I live here now.
You need to get out. I live here now."
Oh my god, I don't know why I thought that they were exaggerating. Of course they're not. They have a group that they named themselves Sovereign Citizens. Of course.
The Moors. Yeah. Or I should say the Moops. The Moops. Moops. Let's just call them Moops. In honor of Seinfeld.
Yeah. So let's let me read a little bit of that article just so we don't have to run into any issues with the video.
Yeah, I was worried about that too.
Okay. The detectives say that the groups knocked on doors in the most upscale neighborhoods in the... Okay. Honestly, you gotta give them props. We're going for the gold there. It says they carry official-looking documents saying they own the property and announce they're moving in. Quote, they have basically come to say that they're from this particular group and that they're there to repossess the home and want the people to vacate the premises, end quote, said Edmonds Police Sergeant Josh McClure. In every case, police were called. The group cooperated when they were told they were trespassing and could be arrested. The Southern Poverty Law Center identifies the Moorish Sovereign Citizens as an extremist group. Oh nobody, saying members believe their status as members of sovereign nation imparts immunity from federal, state, and local authorities. Their group believes that they own all of the land between Alaska and Argentina and all of the islands in between.
So yeah.
Yeah, they claim.
They claim.
They claim.
I mean, they own all the land between Alaska and Argentina. So literally like the entire Western Hemisphere.
The entire, yes, pretty much. All the Americas.
Yep. Cool.
Cool beans.
Because they say so? Is that, like, really?
Yeah, just because they say so. Certainly.
Okay, yeah, solid logic. Not a problem. Hi, we own this. What? All of this.
This is our land.
Everything.
It's all ours.
Get off now.
I just declared myself owner of the planet, so everybody get off.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Let's see
Curtis
here.
Says the Moors are ridiculous. They all changed their name to B.
Yeah. Bay, B-E-Y.
Oh.
Bay, B-A-E.
Yeah, Bay. Mm-hmm.
Bay.
Baby.
More like baby, yeah. Let's see here. Lamont Butler, a.k.a. Lamont Maurice L., claimed the mansion for himself. He even provided documents provided by the so-called Moorish National Republic to back it up. Yeah, you have a piece of paper. So what?
Right.
You have a piece of paper that you printed out from the library or whatever, and then said, "Oh, here, piece of paper says I own this land."
They got online, right?
Yeah.
They went online and just printed something out.
That's it right there. The pinnacle of like legal documents is I went online and just put my name in and hit print.
Exactly.
For 10 minutes.
Exactly.
Oh God.
I'm official. We need to get like a somebody who can do the Ralph Logan voice, and you can just be like, "I'm very smart."
Like, okay, I'm gonna bring up a very obscure reference here. Just like whenever Onision got that form, the cease and desist form, to Mr. Repsion.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about.
It's a very obscure reference, and only people who have been on the internet for a couple years, like a decade, would remember that.
Yeah, well, I've been around the internets for quite some time.
Yeah. But yeah,
when Homestar Runner was new, I was there.
Me too.
So, all right, what are we doing next,
Okay,
Kuzma?
wait. In North Carolina, a couple who identified with the Moorish sovereign movement moved into a multi-million-dollar home for sale, holding a quit claim deed, and barricaded themselves inside. Their continuous arrests for trespassing rattled neighbors.
Okay.
So they got arrested
I
for
mean,
trespassing.
hey, you know what? Aim for the stars, man. Why would you move into just a regular-sized house or a small apartment? Why not just move into a mansion?
You need one with 8 shower heads.
Right.
8 shower
Oh my
heads. Yeah.
god. Do you guys want to make like a wacko prediction for 2021 and say that like it's not long until Nathan goes full soft sit just so that he can take over a house?
Well,
with...
Anthony Riley already has, so.
Oh,
gee, yeah, I know he's going soft sit now. Yes.
Yeah, he's with the Save Our
well,
Children
he's a
movement.
failed attorney, so why wouldn't he?
He's with that Save Our Children movement, which
yes, which is
a sham.
It's a scam. Yes, that's what I've heard. It's
anything
a scam.
that he's involved with has to be. Yeah.
Anyway, our next video will be breaking news. More on the Florida Sunset mystery from Virgo Triad.
Don't forget to set it to like 1.5 or
1.5,
something.
yeah.
At least we can get through it in a reasonable amount of time.
1.5. There we go.
Good morning, everyone. This is Virgo. Let's see, it is November 19th, 2020, and this is a follow-up to the previous video that I just put up pertaining to the Sovsit that has been arrested in Georgia on a alleged charge of homicide. So, okay, here we go. Here is another interesting little twist to this particular story. Q has some relation to this story. The raw story on this says Q mom arrested for the murder of her amateur lawyer.
Wait. She's a QAnon? She's a QAnon.
Of course.
She's with QAnon. Of fucking course she's with QAnon. Yeah.
I'm just gonna assume that most of them are at this point.
Yeah, I would, yeah. Anyway, I just had to...
In Florida. I'm sorry, that was in Florida, not Georgia. Yet another alleged crime is linking to a member of the Q conspiracy. A once murky allegiance forged in a world of internet conspiracy theories appears to have ended in murder this last Sunday, with an infamous Q mom accused of having shot a fringe legal theorist, the Daily Beast reported on Monday. Neely Petrie Blanchard, a Kentucky resident, had long ago lost custody of her daughters for reasons that are unclear, and to help in the task of getting them back, she turned to Chris Hallett, an amateur legal expert who offered bogus court services through a company he called eClause.
So basically, she went to a budget lawyer, you know, people like Anthony Riley.
Give us money. We're totally real liars.
Yeah.
We promise.
God.
And who promised Petrie Blanchard that she could win her daughters back through ludicrous courtroom tactics that he borrowed from the anti-government
not at all.
movement.
And you look under the table
Correspondent
and
Will
your fingers
Sonner reported,
crossed.
but their relationship apparently soured. Gee, I wonder why. On Sunday night, Hallett was found face down in the kitchen of his Central Florida home, bleeding from multiple wounds to his back. The Beast reported. Deputies from the Marion County Sheriff's Office said they found him dead when they arrived at the scene. They put out a multi-state arrest order for Petrie Blanchard, who was arrested hours later in Georgia as the only named suspect in Hallett's murder. Q has an interesting angle in the alleged scenario. Both Petrie Blanchard and Hallett belong to a clandestine network of Q believers and fringe legal theorists focused on child custody battles. As the Daily Beast reported in August, the group has incited mothers who have lost custody of their children to plot to kidnap them from relatives or foster homes, egging them on with fictitious Q tales about a nefarious cabal that teams up with Child Protective Services to abuse children. Here we go again. A bad situation turned...
Can we just talk about how dangerous the QAnon movement is?
Very.
Yes.
They ignore actual child abuse rings in favor of actual, like, fake ones that they made up in their imagination.
Imagination land.
Imagination. Oh, and this is really cool. You know, America fucking elected one to Congress. So, yeah, good job, us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And one to the Supreme Court. You know, Amy Coney Barrett.
She's a QAnon?
Well, she
Are
might
you
as
sure?
she may as well be, because the Catholic Church she belongs to.
Yeah, I mean, I know what you're talking about in terms of, like, the group that she was with, like the charismatic Catholics, but QAnon people tend to be not secret about it. So
Yeah, true. Well, I'm just saying, as far as dangerous people go, I wasn't saying that she was
the
QAnon.
Gilead thing, it was very. I saw them try to like retroactively go back and scrub their image because of all the stuff that came out, but I don't think she's a QAnon. Like, she has some really shitty points of view, but I don't think she's Q.
I didn't mean to say that she's QAnon, but that her views are just as dangerous as any QAnoner.
I mean, I think she's unqualified to serve on the court because she barely has any litigation experience and she's never argued a case in front of the Supreme Court, so why would she be on it? But that's just me.
Well, Brett Kavanaugh either. I mean...
Oh, well, yeah, no. I wish I could do, time as a legal clerk and then barely try any cases and then get on the highest court in the land. That'd be cool.
Yeah. Anyway.
No experience needed.
Apparently, no experience needed in Trump's America. Which it's not about to be.
How many days are left?
90, I believe. I believe it's around 90.
Yeah.
Everybody's counting down.
I believe
Yeah,
it's
right.
I believe it's close to 80 days.
It's not
no,
80,
actually, it's less
way
than
less
that.
than that.
January 20th is the inauguration. So
Yeah, that's right. So
looking about maybe
I'm
6,
just
7
saying
weeks.
that's about to make a
8 weeks.
7
something
weeks.
like that.
7 weeks.
real good birthday present. 52 days, 13 hours, and 6 minutes.
Oh, good. Yay. I bet there's an actual countdown clock somewhere on that.
I'm sure there has been one since he got elected.
Oh, you
The one that he had, just like there was that one for Obama when he got elected, where they had the
Oh my
countdown
god, I
clock.
remember that. People being like, he's the worst thing that's ever happened, and I'm like, well, I mean, the worst things that he did were setting up the cages that we're still using and droning a bunch of civilians, but he wasn't the freaking Antichrist or anything.
Yeah.
Like, I remember that. I remember evangelical people saying that because his name wasn't like English sounding, that he was, a secret Muslim and that he was the Antichrist. And every time a new politician becomes famous, they're like, their name adds up to 666.
Yeah, there's some conspiracy. Yeah, that's true.
God, freaking really.
The only thing I remember is them saying Obama equals Osama bin Laden, and I'm like, what? What?
I think and then when people call because his middle name was Hussein, they kind of
Saddam Hussein. Yeah, they made the link to Saddam Hussein.
Dude, Hussein's like one of the Arabic like Jones or Smith. It's
like,
come on.
There's a lot.
Hussein is like the American Jones or Smith. Yeah, I mean it's
Jones
common.
or Smith
or Reynolds.
Rogers.
There's a lot of Reynolds out there too, so take your pick.
Jeez. We're not Islamophobic.
And
like, I remember when he was a senator who was going to be running for president before he even got the nomination or anything, people were posting clips of the church that he went to and coming down on the pastor for like some of the things that he was saying, and then 5 minutes later turned around and were like, no, he's a secret Muslim. I'm like, were you just criticizing his church?
Yeah.
That's normal, though. I mean, they criticized Mitt Romney for being Mormon when he was running, so, people do what they do just because.
I remember that vividly because up to that point, the Franklin Graham, Billy Graham Ministry website had listed Mormonism as like a cult. And when Romney became the nominee, they went back and started putting out articles about like why Mormons are really just a different type of Christian, and literally just flipped all over it.
Yeah.
Like, dude, pick some standard.
Pick one and go with it.
Either they're a cult or they're just another like denomination.
Yeah, Telltale has, I believe Telltale has done a video on if Mormonism is a cult, and I think it came out like not a cult, a bit technically not a cult.
Right.
I mean,
but it had cultish
whether
behaviors.
It is or isn't, it's just hilarious to me that, well, Franklin Graham's a freaking sellout anyway, but it was just really obvious how politically motivated that whole thing was. He didn't actually want to take a stand on it based on whatever he thought, scripture says this or that. Like, I know Quiddies is like, oh, you're telling me the Grahams are hypocrites? No. Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Yeah, it was just politically expedient, so of course he flipped, so
but
whatever.
We've strayed off the topic for
we've strayed off the topic.
We did.
That happens. That happens.
Yeah.
Worse.
Okay.
Bye.
Okay.
And another.
Back to this lovely woman.
Ideology. They go hand in hand, folks. All right, so this is an update on this. I wanted to make sure you guys had it. The link will be in the description, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
And that's it for that video. Do we want to look at the Reddit one?
Yeah, we could do that. We could do the Pinnacle of Stupidity, which is one of the 2020 Darwin Award winners. So we got some options. Either way, I think there's a video of that as well.
Because the Reddit one is just him reading out the Reddits. So.
Oh yeah, is this one of the automated ones?
Yeah.
Oh, the
automated
computer voice.
Yeah.
Yeah. I admit it, sometimes I'm too lazy to go to Reddit, so I listen to the little bot channels.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of one of those things. Like, I'm not proud of it, but sometimes I just want to sit on the couch and not have my face glued to a tiny mobile screen or whatever.
Emma Reed's Reddit is pretty funny, though. I mean, she goes and just reads.
There was a really big account, Reddit on Tap, I think, where they switched away from having the automated voice because it was fucking up their algorithms and all that stuff. YouTube cracked down on it, and so they switched to a narrator, but they picked the worst narrator. Guys, if you're gonna do any voice work, at least listen to yourself and send it to some people first before you put out a recording, because this guy had very minor, almost imperceptible to people who don't listen to this stuff on the regular. He had some speech impediments that just made it almost impossible for me to listen to.
Yeah,
it wasn't anything abrasive. He didn't have a stutter. He didn't have any kind of real obvious thing, but it was the way that he was pronouncing some of his I don't want to go into IPA pronunciation, but it's where you place the tip of your tongue to say certain consonants.
Gotcha.
And it's almost a lisp, but not quite. And it just for some reason, it just really grated on me. And I was like, I can't listen to this channel anymore.
That's because that's all you could hear after a while.
It's all I could hear. Yeah. Once you hear something like that, you can't unhear it.
You're like, oh my God.
It's okay.
Whole experience.
Well, there's this
Plus,
one guy
he had
on,
kind of that up and down college frat bro thing that some of those other channels have. I was like, oh God, I can't. I'm sorry.
God.
Just
there's this
I know who you're talking about too.
There's this one channel I watch where he's actually reading about sovereign citizen, well, not just sovereign citizen, just interactions with the police, and I swear he sounds overly happy to be talking about this stuff, and I'm like, I can't listen to someone who's really cheerful that the police just tased somebody. I'm like,
oh, he just got tased. That little glee in their voice.
I'm just like, dude, you got to, if you're gonna be one of these factual channels that's not, putting any BS out there, be less gleeful about everything that's going on.
Before you get to the Reddit thing, I will at least practice some of my reading skills.
Okay.
So, yeah. Okay, here we go. Pinnacle of Stupidity, 2020 Darwin Award winner, guest writer James C. Petropoulos. In the end, cold was not the culprit. 28th of October, 2019, Japan. Hands are numb, but must operate smartphone, muttered 47-year-old Tetsu to his live stream audience as he skidded and stumbled up the snow-covered Shubashiri Trail of Mount Fuji. I wish I had brought heat packs, he lamented. And then he was heard to say, wait, I think I'm slipping. I know he doesn't have a pretentious accent.
It just makes it sound
62 miles west of Tokyo, iconic Mount Fuji is one of Japan's 3 holy mountains of 12,389-foot volcanic summit, visited by religious pilgrims, mountain climbers, and sightseers. The trek is cold and slippery even during the brief summer season when amenity stations are staffed and available for the benefit of climbers. In the off-season, the stations are closed and mountain conditions are downright hostile and inhospitable. A winter climber needs the proper gear, climbing experience, and a booster pack of common sense. Tetsu, alas, lacked all three. Wearing street clothes suitable for a typical October day in Tokyo, and carrying nothing more than a pair of climbing poles, Tetsu fired up his smartphone and proceeded up the Shubashiri Trail, which, incidentally, most climbers use only for descent. Live streaming for the Nico video sharing platform, he entitles his video, "Let's Go to Snowy Mount Fuji." In hindsight, the title implies that Tetsu considered Snowy Mount Fuji as safe as a ski resort or a Christmas tree farm. Viewers began tuning in following his happy jaunt up the ash-covered trail. Ashes soon turned to snow, and then to deep snow. Tetsu's viewers were now being treated to a litany of complaints about cold, numb hands, and a bitter lack of hot packs. Those watching it might have started to feel a bit badly for Tetsu. This was a very good time for him to turn back and resume a life, key word, of relative anonymity. A turning point, as it were, but the urge to continue, perhaps motivated by reluctance to disappoint his viewers, encouraged Tetsu to trudge farther into obvious and imminent danger. Continuing social media commentary as he juggles climbing poles and smartphone in his frostbitten mitts, Tetsu demonstrates a classic case of misplaced priorities when he states that despite numb extremities, he must continue to operate his live stream. His viewers no doubt notice that the trail has suddenly become narrower. The protective fence is ended and he is perilously close to the brink. He is now past the point of no return. There's absolutely nothing his viewers could do except tune out in disbelief, or perhaps place wagers amongst themselves on his odds of returning intact. "Oh, this place is slippery, getting dangerous," he belatedly notices. "I'm trying to walk by the rocks. Yes, rocks, it's a steep downhill." Does his audience hear the reassuring sound of Krampus gripping the ice as he continues past the end of the safety fence into uncertain territory? Of course not. He did not bring any. The slope at that point is 30 degrees, as anyone who might be watching still could see. His continued play-by-play march along an increasingly risky path, Tetsu frequently cautions himself against falling. Some of his viewers may have given a wry chuckle at his sudden realization of what he had gotten himself into. His inappropriate footwear now begins failing him as he trips and stumbles on. More than once, he asks himself whether he is on the right track. Viewers already know the answer. Astonishingly close to the summit for an amateur winter hiker, Tetsu at last utters the anticlimactic words, "Wait, I'm slipping." Experienced Mount Fuji climbers say if you start slipping, you have one chance at self-arrest before it's too late. Even now, Tetsu might drop his phone and jab his climbing poles into the ground, but no. In an instant, it becomes apparent that his smartphone is the more intelligent one. Still live streaming away, Tetsu begins an uncontrolled slide down the rocky, snowy slope. Viewers are treated to a spectacle of feet flailing and poles tumbling free. A few seconds later, the phone footage abruptly stops. The final chilling image shows a climbing pole frozen in mid-flight. His viewers promptly alerted authorities. The 47-year-old's lifeless body was found the next day at an altitude of 9,800 feet, 1,000 meters away from where he began his fall. But for a little preparedness, the hero was lost. Gloves and crampons and a sprinkle sense was all Tetsu needed to create a spectacular live stream on the ascent of Japan's holy mountain, and he might have had another 47 years to relive and enjoy that experience. Watching the video, one can almost feel the mind-numbing cold Tetsu describes, but in the end, cold was not the culprit. Numb hands, numb brain.
Numb hands, numb brain. Wow.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah.
So the video, I don't think it shows him dying, it just shows his sticks and flailing, but
yeah,
that's your call.
Just no.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. But my live stream. Really?
Yeah. But my live stream.
Well, you're not allowed to stream anymore. Hate to say it, but it's true. Wow.
ちょっとだけマシになった指ちょっと待っていこう脇作戦でうわ滑る
Wow, it just
ちょっ
amazes
と滑
me.
るなここ滑るな危険ちょっと危険ちょっと待ってシャドウが30度ぐらいあるけどちょっと待って滑るな危ないなちょっと待ってここ岩あるでしょ岩使っていこう落ちた岩
2x.
なかなか危ないけどここが滑って下段する
I mean, we can't understand him anyway.
Well,
Unless
yeah.
any of you speak Japanese.
But see, at this point, seeing the guardrail disappear would
That
make a
should give
rational
him-
person go, maybe I should stop.
Maybe I shouldn't go
Yeah.
over here. Maybe I should go around to the right and not the left.
And that's
Yep.
that's where our intrepid hero failed. So yeah, the lesson, the lesson. Anyone? What exactly was the lesson here? Be prepared.
Your life is more important than a freaking live stream.
There's
That
so
too.
many lessons to be
That
learned.
too. That too.
So many.
So many. For one, like I said, be prepared. Two,
Be prepared. Mm-hmm.
Your life is worth a bit more than a live stream. I mean, that's certainly true.
If you're in a place and you see the guardrails go away, maybe consider not moving past that point.
And honestly, why didn't you not think about securing his phone on his body to show instead of holding his phone?
Yeah, that would have been
so he could
smart
use
too.
both his hands for the poles. That would have been smart.
Well, intelligence
Both hands
is
on the
definitely
poles.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I said
not a
smart. What was I
requirement for
thinking?
these, and in fact, I think it's a disqualifier. So
Yeah,
No, it's just the fact that you said using both his hands on the pole. I'm sorry, my mind.
Okay, your mind goes. We know where your mind goes, Christopher.
You got to use both hands on the pole to work it.
Oh my god. Yeah, Tony Regime's got it right. Don't do stupid shit for views.
Play stupid games.
Win stupid prizes.
Exactly. Play deadly games.
Die.
Well, win deadly prizes, but still.
Win
yeah.
deadly prizes. Yeah. It works either way.
And we got one more video here.
Oh god, Quitties. Well, at least his body isn't a landmark for climbers like it would be on Everest.
God, yeah.
True.
Yeah, on Everest they just leave the bodies where they lie.
yeah, I mean it's harder to recover them than it is to just leave them there.
Yeah,
so.
just leave them there. Yeah.
Well, at least your body's being
What do you
immortalized
think?
up there.
Yeah.
Do you think we should go through like maybe part of this video and wrap, or do you want to watch the whole thing, or?
We can watch part of it and
Okay.
see where the mood takes us, because it's already 11:10.
That's fair. Okay.
I don't have anywhere to be.
Well, you know, just
I'm not saying everybody
being,
else, but
mindful of our viewers.
Yes.
viewers? What's that?
I thought we were doing this for ourselves.
Yeah, I mean, we got viewers.
Redditors, what is the most extreme Darwin Award act you have witnessed? What was the
Love you guys
aftermath?
out there, by the way.
Had a client
We
told
love you,
over
chat.
and over again that he cannot smoke while using oxygen. Told his doctor. Told all of his case workers.
Oh god.
Told all of
please,
his
giving
family.
directions on
You will
Everest.
literally
Go
burn
to the body in
and
the
die
red
if you
jacket
keep
and hang
lighting
a left.
cigarettes while your cannula is in, you dumbus. Sure enough, the intern admitted to the air with severe facial burns and plastic tubing melted deep into what little remained of his skin. He lingered in the ICU for a couple of days and died. Set his own damn face on fire after a dozen warnings. He didn't even have to quit smoking. All he had to do was take the tubing off before he lit up. Darwin Award. This dumbest friend of mine, Bill, thought he was Superman and could leap over a raging bonfire despite nearly 20 people telling him it's a bad idea. Idiot backed up 3 steps and then tried to jump up and over the 6 feet raging fire. Of course, what we all knew would happen did happen, and Superman landed right in the middle of the fire, knocking it down and spreading hot ashes and burning embers everywhere. He got burned so badly in multiple places that we now refer to him as 3rd degree. Not exactly witness, but expected outcome. Was studying in dorm room in college. Guy I'm friendly with comes in and asks if I want to snort some Vivarin. Correct answer of no given. He proceeds to chop and snort it in front of me.
If you don't know what Vivarin is, do you know what Vivarin is?
What is?
Vivarin.
Mm-mm.
Because I had to look it up after watching this video. Basically, it's a caffeine pill. College students.
Oh, really?
Yeah, college students have gone to starting using mortar and pestle to crush it, and then snort it up. And it gives you,
ew.
yeah, it gives you like a cocaine level boost of energy.
That's what kind of like what my stepdad calls trucker's candy. It'd be
Yeah.
like the pills that you would take when you're on the
Oh,
road as a
yeah.
trucker and having to stay up for ridiculous hours at a time.
Gotcha.
Yeah, except for this stuff is pure caffeine.
Yeah, no dose.
You're
What is,
act-
yeah.
No dose.
If you buy it in a gas station, they usually limit you to 1 pack
Yeah.
because it's that
Yeah.
strong. They will not let you buy
Well,
more
Chris-
than 1 pack.
When Cody said no dose, I had the Family Guy where Stewie was driving a truck and had to stay awake.
Yes.
Yeah.
My mind went right to that episode.
Yes.
But yeah,
Oh,
that's
God.
that's what Vivarin is, if you didn't know.
Okay.
And he
Gotcha.
just He chopped it up. Yeah, just chop it up and snort it. And I'm like, why would you want that? But then I'm like, why would you want cocaine?
For no reason, totally just triggered me. No dose and Surge.
And Surge.
Oh, Surge was good. Jolt Cola was better though.
I feel like if you're popping no dose and Surge, then you're like on your way to drive out of state to a WrestleMania event. No hating on.
Does not look fun.
Yeah.
Then he asks if I want to go swimming in an irrigation ditch, as it is super hot. I'm at a rural college in Central Cap, and we are surrounded by orchards. They use irrigation ditches to get water out to the orchards. These can be quite deep, but the thing is they also go under roads and bridges. They tend to have filtration screen, so debris does not get under road/bridge. If you get stuck up against the filter, Elmort. So I of course explained this to my viver and snorting friend. He claims to be a sailor, and will not have a problem. A few hours later I hear about expected outcome. My father worked at an automotive parts plant. A steel bumper got caught in the press and a guy removed the safety guards and crawled in. A second guy saw this and went after him to pull him out. The press fell, and they both got crushed beyond recognition. Never bypass any safety guard.
I just want
Watch
to
the
stop
lady
you
slam into a
removing the safety guards.
Yeah.
What's that?
Yet again.
Yeah, safety guards. If you see the safety guards start to disappear,
They're there for a reason. Stop.
You're fucked. Essentially, you are fucked. Essentially.
God.
Yeah, stupid people. Yeah, that's the whole theme tonight, isn't it? Stupid people doing stupid things and ending up deaded.
Yep.
Yeah.
DED dead.
Yes.
Pole and the pole snaps and falls across the hood. The transformer slams the ground and the wires are draped across the car. She jumps out and starts pulling wires off the truck while I'm running and yelling stop. Stop. Don't tell, and she gets electrocuted and thrown on her ass. I've already called 911 by this point and told them the situation. She's completely unresponsive as I'm slapping her face and checking her pulse. I realize she has 2 kids in the truck and now I'm terrified they are going to be electrocuted, so I yell at them to not move. My friend starts CPR. We are ex-lifeguards on the lady and I get to the kids. Not knowing what wires do what, I got them to climb out the back window into the truck bed. At that moment, the mom suddenly wakes up and immediately attacks my friend. We are wrestling this deranged hair-burnt alcohol-smelling lady to the ground, so she doesn't electrocute herself again when a police officer arrives. He in the end took everything from there as we explained everything. Apparently the woman was drunk as hell at 3 p.m. and drove her and her kids into a telephone pole after a fight with the dad, who had custody of them. Honest.
Yeah, again.
Yeah. Let's listen to like 2 more and then pick that as our last stupid.
Okay, that sounds good.
Yeah.
Honestly, I can't believe she was still alive. That shock should have toasted her. On an African safari we drove by Hippo Pond. Hippos, in case you don't know, are the biggest killer of humans in Africa. So we are being cautious, respectful, all that jazz. We start driving off. As we go, a truck pulls up, and this group of tourists comes charging out, whooping, hooting, and hollering. They're like OMG hippos. Selfie time. They go wading in the water, and are generally just being huge dicks. Last thing I saw, before we drove away, was one of the hippos breaking off from the main group, heading ominously towards them. In the days following, I tried to find reports of hippo attacks on tourists, but couldn't find anything, so maybe nothing happened. Pro tip, though, guys, if you ever see a hippo pond, leave them the fuck alone. They absolutely can kill you. This was a ways back, but some tree huggers were protesting a freight train that was passing through, that was carrying a nuclear warhead to someplace. So of course, some
wait, I didn't get this far in the video. Transporting a fucking nuclear warhead? What?
Oh boy.
That,
Oh boy.
The dude decided he could stop the train by sitting on the...
Oh.
A freight train isn't gonna stop for your stupid ass. Freight trains require miles to slow down, let alone stop.
Yes. Like we were talking, trains are not, you can't, they don't stop on a dime.
No.
But they are sneaky.
They are sneaky. They require miles.
They do.
Conservation of momentum.
Yeah, it's a bitch. It's a bitch.
Body?
Stop the
What
train
body?
by sitting on the tracks, just
There's
after
no
a
body.
curve, where the train couldn't possibly see him in
Vaporization
time.
right
Thinking the train was going to stop like a truck if you were blocking a road. This dumb fuck actually stayed on the track when he saw it wasn't going to stop, had more than plenty of time to move out of the way, and lost both legs. Then was blaming them afterwards. That was a whole new level of dumb fuckery I never knew existed.
Yeah, that's
so dumb.
All right, folks. Well, let's just take the moral of that.
No,
story.
wait. I have one more. This is a
One
personal.
more?
This is a personal story. there was this kid. Okay, I used to work at the local elementary school, the cafeteria, because I was a lunch lady. Yeah. And one of the kids that I was that I saw every day. Basically, there's a train that goes not far away from where I live, and he saw another kid jump up on the train because it was going like 3 or 4 miles per hour. It was going really slow. He saw another kid jump up on the train, run over, across the conjunction, whatever you want to call it, where they're linked together, and jump across to the other side. Well, this little kid is kind of, what's the polite way of saying it? Overweight?
Okay.
By about 100 pounds. Yeah, he's a little fat, little chubby kid. He gets it into his bright mind to jump up on the fucking train. Guess what happened?
He fell.
He didn't make it. His legs got chopped off. Both legs chopped off, and the wound fortunately was cauterized by the train, the heat that was coming from the wheels. My mom just happened to be driving by, saw him down there. No, she was with a friend who was going somewhere, and she said, "Let me out." So they stopped. Mom pulled over to the side, saw him screaming and howling in pain, called on 911, rode with him in the ambulance to the hospital, and got him, stable. His mom was drunk. This was the middle of the day. His mom came in drunk off her ass. Didn't even, care about what happened. And I'm like,
wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
That's
moral of the
cool.
story, don't try to jump on trains. Just
don't.
Because you might end up with the rest of your life having to go in a wheelchair.
Yep, exactly.
Oh my god.
He has prosthetics now, but had he not done that, he'd probably have, actual legs.
Yeah. Diver Tanner says that makes me think of the first time jumpers and how many times we have to tell them to walk with their instructor. They literally walk right into a running prop if you don't watch them like little kids.
Yeah.
Yeah, they will.
Yeah.
They just wander off like toddlers.
Isn't that crazy? Jeez.
Yeah.
But that kid is still that kid, well, he's like 23 or 24 by now.
Right. But
Damn,
still,
Damn, that was a long time ago. That was
a definite lesson learned.
Yeah. He's
the harsh way, but it's learned.
Yeah, the hard way. That's tough.
Yeah. But yeah, that's my little personal story about something that came close to a Darwin Award winner.
Yeah. Ooh.
Sucks that it was a kid though. He was only like I said, about 8 or 9 at the time.
It does suck, but it happens, and what are you gonna do?
Yeah.
So
Mom didn't even have shoes on at the time, by the way.
Make sure that you obey all posted safety warnings, and make sure that you're not jumping on moving trains or hiking without guardrails or without proper safety equipment.
Yeah, the only reason I found out is because I had to go pick her up from the hospital, and she told me the whole story, and I'm like, oh, because I saw his mom at the hospital, and I'm like, she's drunk off. You could smell the alcohol from like a room away.
Oh God.
That's
sad.
Yeah. But yeah, sorry about that. To bring it down to that level.
Let's end on a positive note. What do you guys have coming up? Glover Mom?
I have the only thing I have coming up is Monday is another video premiere of part 8 of the flurfiness that is Nathan's Facebook group.
Awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Phil, do you have anything you wanna shill out or promote or anything?
No, I'm not doing it much at the moment. I'm just sort of taking a little bit of a hiatus for now because I have been feeling well. So
it's probably hard when we've got you suspended in that little
Yeah.
cage there. So
yeah, can't do much.
it's for your own good, Phil.
Oh, and I
Christopher,
do
what do you
have
got coming up?
really fast too. On Thursdays we do the late Irrible Thursdays, where we all small channels we get together from like for 4 hours and just show video after video and do premiere after premiere. So it starts 7
Cool.
UTC. I have to think 2 p.m. Eastern time. So watch out for those on Thursday. Starts with Judge Heretic's channel and then goes from there.
Oh yeah, send us a reminder.
Yeah.
I will do that.
Excellent.
Yeah, I don't have
Christopher?
much. I don't have much coming up. I probably will be streaming Monday through Wednesday, or maybe Monday through Thursday. We're just going to be playing different games, like maybe Jackpot, Cards Against Humanity, Among Us. Just you'll have to stop by and find out what Chris
If
Miranda
you've never
Duck Scrolls.
played Cards Against Humanity, just watch out because the batch might look, not threatening, but the guy knows how to destroy some people at Cards Against Humanity.
Oh yeah.
so.
Yeah. Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't want to be offensive and all, but dude can be offensive as hell.
And then he ends up winning like every round.
It's Cards Against Humanity, so there you go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I don't necessarily have anything new coming up. Just back end maintenance on this channel, just trying to make sure everything's set up to run for the Australian crew who will be streaming in about 4 to 5 hours or so.
About 6
They're
hours,
gonna
I
be doing
believe.
a really, really cool topic on bad handymen. So you guys need to come back and check them out because that's gonna be an amazing show.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow, just doing the normal uncalled for thing. I think we're looking at superstitions or something like that. I can't remember. It's just a bunch of woo. So, yeah, everybody check those links out. More of them will be shilled in the side chat. And if you guys want to come hang out in Discord, feel free to do so. Yeah, thanks for coming out. It's been a really good stream. We really appreciate you guys hanging out with us on a Saturday night during 2020.
2020. Just 1 month.
It's almost over. It's almost over.
It's almost over.
One more month. One more month.
And for those of saying
Oh, yeah.
2021
Myths and
can't be
legends,
worse,
something to do.
for anyone saying that 2021 can't get worse, don't. Because we said
You
the
know
same
what?
thing
Yeah,
about
shut your
2019.
mouth.
We said the same thing in 2019.
Yes, we did.
2020
Shut your
can't be
whore
worse.
mouth.
Shut your fucking whore mouth right now.
Yes, we did. Look what happened. We jinxed 2020.
Yes,
so it
we
was
did.
our fault.
Everybody, it's our fault.
Our fault.
Collectively, as
Yes.
humanity.
Collectively,
Mhm.
as humanity, yeah.
Yeah. All right, Krismer, you're the one in charge, so you take us out.
I will play this before going out.